Okay, so a while back, I made a list of goals slash projects slash skills I wanted to achieve and learn or whatever. And one of those things I wanted to do was develop and release my first game. Not like a full complete game, just like a small project so I could just learn how to make a game. To do this, I decided that I might as well join a game jam since it would give me a deadline and theme to work with. Now that the jam is over, I don't really know if this was a good idea anymore, but I'll talk about that more at the end of the video. Alright, here we go! Hey guys, it's me. So the reason you're probably wondering why I'm not just using OBS, it's cause I'm not upstairs and I kind of want to do this thing where I distinguish between like when I'm actually using a proper microphone and when I'm like somewhere else so I can't use a microphone, because unfortunately I don't want to work at I don't really want to work at that one desk the entire time. I forgot to record myself checking the theme of the game jam, so I was thinking about like pretending that I didn't see it and then checking now and being like, whoa, but then I was like, no, that's stupid. I'm just gonna show you a recreation, okay? Alright, the theme of the game jam is revealed today. I sure hope it's not balanced. Fuck! So the theme is, 9 days left. The theme is, is it up here? Whoops. Oh, it's just right. Okay, the theme was right here. The theme is balance. And so, I originally, that kind of threw a wrench in my plans, because what I wanted to make was Pong, like arcade Pong on cool math games. Because like years ago, I was like, oh, Pong, cool. And so now I'm like, man, I want to make something like that. But then, I couldn't figure out how balance and Pong, what they had to do with each other, so I had to give up on that idea. So then I was like sat there for like 5 to 10 minutes and I was thinking, what do I do? And I couldn't figure out any good ideas. I had a couple ideas, but they were too small to make into a full game. But then I thought, wait a minute, WarioWare. So I'm making WarioWare now. I'm just taking all those small ideas and making a bunch of mini games. And so I should, in this tab, my WarioWare.txt. This is the ideas over like a couple of days. I was like, these are good ideas, and maybe I'll add a couple more as they come to me. But yeah, this is what I'm gonna be doing. Maybe this phone idea wasn't the best because it's gonna make reading the screen a lot harder. But I wanted to work down here. I'm sorry. That's it. I'm just sorry. Hey, I'm back. I'll be the first to admit that the phone idea, not good idea. Was not a good idea. This also isn't a script right now, so I'm just breaking all the rules I myself set up. So yeah, it looks like this. It's just basically nothing. I'm just making sure that like the scene is transitioning, which it is. It's transitioning from this one to the other one. So right now I have to figure out which of these I want to create first. Okay, that was the first day, I guess. Well, first day programming. If you count planning days, I think that would be day 2 or 3. I don't know, man. This was so long ago. All right, I'm just going to count the days starting from when I first actually opened a Phaser project. So that was day 1. I'm going to be honest. I have no idea what I did that day. I don't remember at all. Wait, I have a journal. Okay, the journal is fucking filled with nothing. I didn't write anything about the project in it. Hold on. Alright, I watched the video clip. Apparently this is the day where I opened Phaser for the first time and learned the code for transitioning between scenes in Phaser. Alright. I guess there's nothing really more for me to say about this day then. I didn't do much. I guess I'll just move on to the second day now. Wow, this was such a valuable commentary section. Really adding something of value to that clip. Alright, day 2, I guess. Hey, I'm back. It's actually day 2 now. It's the next day since the last clip you saw. Oh yeah, I should mention that these weren't recorded knowing that this is the format I would choose for this video. Alright, continue. I feel like this whole creating the system thing before creating any of the games, that was a good idea. It was a really good idea. Because if I wanted to add a minigame first, if there's an error, it isn't the minigame or the system itself. So I think it was a good idea to create the system first, so I could get that out of the way and then start creating the minigames, so I know that it's not my system that's the problem. So this is what I have. We're on the menu, and I needed to test transitioning from the menu to the game. And also for the game, there's a transition scene and then the minigame scene. So it goes from the transition scene to the minigame and then back to transition. So when you click menus, right now I don't have a button to transition, I'm just using click. But yeah, this is the transition scene. It shows the scores and lives. This is a game. And as you can see, when I went to the ship, the score went up. And for the transition, there's a timer for both the transition scene and the game scene. For the transition scene, once the timer runs out, you get transferred to a game. For the game, if the timer runs out, it takes away 1 life. If you get to the goal before the timer, it gives you a score, and you can see it in the transition scene. I have all of the things showing there. If you run out of lives, then obviously it goes to the game over screen, and then it shows your score, and then you can go from the game over back to the menu, and then from the menu you can restart it and it will all be reset. So yeah, it's all set up in place. Now I can just replace the two. Right now I technically have 2 games. It's just going from here or going to there, like just as a sample, but now I can replace those with the actual minigame, and I can feel confident that my system is working perfectly fine, and if there's any problems, it's from the minigame itself, so I only have to debug that file, basically. I still stand by the decision to set up the framework for the game before implementing any of the games. Technically, I started the strategy on day 1, but day 2 is when it really demonstrated its usefulness. I wrote the code that would keep track of score and lives between scenes, add score if you win a level or remove a life if you lose, end the microgame after a time limit, end the game if you lost all lives, and choose a random microgame. This is all code that will be used in every microgame or just overall needed for the game in general and not a specific microgame. Getting these out of the way first meant that I wouldn't have to worry about if an error is specific to a game or to the overall system, and that I didn't have to worry about accidentally making the system in a way that would only work for a specific microgame. I already said some of this in a clip, but I wanted to say it again because it's cool and awesome. Again, I don't have much else to say about this day, but don't worry, because I'll be yapping a lot more for the next days because I didn't record something for all of them and also was a little vague. Day 3 was the day I created my first microgame. There are 10 in total, by the way. I technically made 2 test microgames on day 2 called Push and Pull, but they were just to test if my transition scene can choose a random microgame. Since this was going to be the first actual functioning microgame, I thought about choosing one of the simpler ideas to implement first, since it would allow me to test if the system works, but I just decided to do 1s and 0s because I liked it. In 1s and 0s, positive ones, negative ones, and zeros approach a box that starts at a value of 0. You need to remember how much was added or subtracted and then change the value of your number so that the box will equal 0 again. By the way, I implemented scaling difficulty for each microgame. Their difficulty increases every 10 levels until level 40, which is max difficulty. This was just to make it a little more engaging to encourage the player to see how far they can make it instead of just quitting once they've seen all the microgames. For 1s and 0s, each difficulty increase adds another round of, 1s and 0s, approaching the box that you need to remember. 1s and 0s was the only microgame I created on day 3, which meant that I wouldn't meet the goal of 10 microgames by the deadline if I kept up this pace, because I only had 7 days left, because I started working on my submission 4 days late. This was a mistake. Unfortunately, I didn't seem to realize this yet because I did fuck all on day 4. I don't remember what I was doing on that day, but it wasn't working on my Game Jam submission. I could tell you that much. Hey, I'm back again. Oh, shit. Hey, I'm back again. I will say, it's a good thing I test in Audacity every time before I record these. So it's day... Hold on. I started 1... Right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... It's day... Wait, but that means 1, 2, 3... Is it day 7? Is it really day 7? Okay, hold on. It's day 7. And so far I'm back. Now originally I actually wanted to update you when I created the first micro game, and you could have seen that micro game, but not anymore, because I was like, well, since I have the transition thing, I might as well make 2, so then you could switch between them. But then, you know, on Sunday, which is when day 2 should have, like, the game 2 should have been completed, I didn't do it because I was really tired. So it actually, oh wait, no, that was Saturday. So on Saturday, when day 2 should have been completed, I was tired, so I had to delay it until Sunday. But then I would have felt bad if on Sunday I only had 2 games done, because that was 3 days. So I was like, alright, I'm gonna get my 3rd game done. So I got my 3rd game done on Sunday, but then it was too late to record, so I was like, alright, I'll do it on Monday. That didn't happen either, because I was like, well, if I want to be on pace to actually get this finished, I have to do 2 a day. So now I have 5 games done, and it's actually Tuesday, and I haven't made any games today. I made 2 yesterday. I'm gonna probably do 2 today, because originally I wanted to do 12. It's no longer seeming possible. I severely underestimated the time it would take to make these. So I'm actually focused on trying to do 10 instead. So I'll do 2 today, 2 tomorrow, and then I can do 1 on Thursday, and then I can spend Thursday and Friday finishing the assets for like the menu, because right now it's still, you know, I still haven't changed the menu, transition scene, or game over scene, so these are all temporary. And I also still need to figure out how to like upload to itch yet, because I haven't done that before, and maybe add sound, but I don't know, we'll see. Okay, apparently the audio just stopped working for the rest of that clip, but we're just gonna ignore that. This video is going so well. Alright, it's fine, I guess. It was recorded at the start of the day, so I didn't even have any information on the micro games I did that day. It was blocks. Just blocks. And like half of normal day. I'm just gonna explain blocks for now, though. Blocks is actually pretty neat conceptually. So you have 2 scales. The left one has labeled blocks but does not show the total weight, and the right one has unlabeled blocks but does show the total weight. You need to move one of the blocks on the left side to the right so that both scales are balanced. Fuck you, Audacity. I already finished recording all of this, and I just realized that it stopped. The audio stopped again. It stopped recording again. Alright, whatever. So basically, there's 2 scales, and one of them has labeled blocks but doesn't show you the total, and the other one has unlabeled blocks and it does show you the total, and you have to move one of them to one of the blocks on the left to the right. But because of how weight works, the scale on the left will lose weight also, so you need to make sure that if the difference between weight is 8, you actually pick 4 so that they will actually be equal. Alright, that's it. Fuck me. I thought that was neat, but Audacity apparently hates math and weight and whatever. I did tightrope on this day. I was really tired. Tightrope has arrows, and you gotta follow the arrows. There are more arrows when there's more difficulty. Yay. I actually like the assets I drew for this one, but I'm really running out of time here. So, the last day, finally, I did one last game, which was strength puzzle. You gotta push the boulder so it's the same as the other side. You have to also put yourself into the same position as the you on the other side too. This is the only one that doesn't increase difficulty every 10 levels and instead increases at 20 and 40 because I couldn't figure out how to do it. We're finally done. With the microgames at least. I also had to add assets for the transition and title page and game over page and also a couple of sound effects, but now I'm done. Take a look. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Remember how I said I don't know if this was a good idea? I'm going to elaborate now. I don't think there was ever a world where I was going to be satisfied with what I've created here. The time constraints definitely helped me work faster, but also kind of stopped me from putting in the time to change things I wasn't satisfied with because I just didn't have enough time. I also kind of felt like shit the entire time. I was tired all day, every day, and I think I was overworking myself a little. And when I was finally done, I just felt okay about what I created. I actually kind of hated it at first, but now I'm pretty neutral about it. On one hand, I feel like doing a game jam, especially one with such a short time limit, as my first game project was setting me up for failure. On the other hand, failure is important for learning, and I think I learned something. I'm not sure, but I think I did. I kind of framed it like this experience was just awful, but that's kind of just ingenuous. I did have fun doing this, and it was probably a good learning experience or whatever. Also, my favorite submission was Splitspell. Alright, that's it. I don't really have anything else I want to say. Maybe if I had more time, I could think of something, but oh well. Oh yeah, my placement in the game jam. I should probably tell you about that. Overall, it was 237 out of 416 submissions. Its best criteria was both innovation and theme at 149, which is a little less embarrassing. Alright, now that's everything. I still feel bad about the fact that I took such a long time to work on this video, but what's even worse is that it's going to happen again because my family is going to China to visit family for 2.5 weeks. So, see you in a month again!